Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Agoura Hills City Council meeting. Please silence all cell phones and other electronic devices. If you wish to speak or submit a written comment, please complete a comment card for each item and submit to the City Clerk prior to the public comment portion of the item. I will now call this meeting to order. We will begin with our land acknowledgement. The City of Agoura Hills acknowledges that we occupy land originally and still inhabited and cared for by the Chumash Nation. Descendants of Chumash still remain, and we honor and pay our respects to their elders and various groups that make up the past, present, and emerging as they continue their stewardship of our lands and waters. We have a responsibility and commitment to elevate the stories, culture, and community of the original inhabitants of the city of Agoura Hills, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to live and work on these ancestral lands. I will now defer to Charmaine. Would you like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you. Thank you. I will now defer to the City Clerk for the roll call.
Good evening. Councilmember Anderson?
Here.
Councilmember Anstead?
Here.
Councilmember Klein-Lopez?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Wolf?
Present.
Mayor Sylvester?
Here.
Mayor Sylvester, you have a quorum.
Thank you. I will now defer to the City Attorney for a report out of closed session. So there was no closed session. Sorry, I'm just reading my script. All right, we'll move on to the approval of the agenda. Will the maker of the motion and a second to approve the agenda state your names?
City Councilman Chris Anstead makes a motion to approve the agenda.
Mayor Pro Tem Wolf, I will second.
Thank you. I'll defer to the City Clerk for the roll call vote.
Councilmember Anderson?
Aye.
Councilmember Anstead?
Aye.
Councilmember Klein-Lopez?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Wolf?
Aye.
Mayor Sylvester?
Aye.
Mayor Sylvester, you have approval 5-0.
Thank you. Now we come to the fun part of the evening. We have two presentations this evening, and I'm going to move over to the other spot. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Our first presentation is to go to Madeleine Saglier. On Thursday, July 17th, the Cultural Arts Council hosted its summer art show called Best in Show. Madeleine Saglier and her piece called All About Monty won the award. And I'm going to point to the slide over there so you can all see that beautiful dog that Madeleine submitted. And Madeleine wrote as the description, "Meet my dog Monty, a golden retriever who is a puppy. I think he's the best in the show. One of the reasons why he's the best in show is because Monty is really cute and adorable. Cute and adorable as well as crazy. He also loves playing with tennis balls. Though he is crazy, he still loves people and mostly chases his tail around others and jumps on our guests. Monty also loves to scratch the floor. Even though he's crazy, I still love him." And now I'd like to invite members of our Cultural Arts Council to come up and say a few words before we bring Madeleine up. And Madeleine, I have a golden too, and she loves to scratch and dig everything.
Hi, Maddie. We are representatives of the Cultural Arts Council here in Agoura Hills, and we are so proud of you and so proud to be here to have the mayor and the council give you the recognition you deserve. We have many art shows we have had many art shows over the years, and this one was extremely special I think for all of us. This is Randy Paller, this is Deanna Glassberg, I'm Karen Kent, and I think all of us, well, as pet lovers, And I have a son who is also a reptile lover, that counts as pets too, were overwhelmed with the results. I'm going to have everybody say something else too.
The entourage you brought with you to support you. You're very fortunate that you have so many people that love you and were proud of you and showed up that night and voted for you. And that's why you're our winner tonight, because you brought the A-team with you. And we had such a wonderful night. We loved opening this up to the community and seeing so many families and children and celebrating art within Agoura Hills.
When I saw your painting, it made me smile. And so the whole evening was just a smile on my face, and every time I walked by yours, it just made me so happy. And I also wanted to say I loved having your friends there. How fortunate you are to have such a wonderful community together. So thank you for entering, and we hope you enter again next year.
Okay, so Madeline, would you like to come up and get your certificate? Congratulations. Well, hang on, we're going to get a nice picture. You look. And would you like to say anything?
It's really all up there.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you so much and congratulations. And now we're going to move on to our business of the month, which this month is roadside lumber. I'd like to call up roadside lumber representative Daniel Lloyd, and I believe you have some other gentlemen with you. Or does the whole group want to come up? So tonight, it is my honor to recognize our August Business of the Month, Roadside Lumber. This year marks an incredible milestone for Roadside Lumber as they are celebrating 50 years. Since opening their doors in 1974, they have been a trusted local resource for contractors and homeowners, providing not only quality lumber and building materials, but also a golden level of customer service. Roadside Lumber is more than just a business. They have been strong community partners over the years, supporting and sponsoring many of our city events, and helping to make gatherings like Community Services Days and other programs possible. Their commitment to giving back and being part of the fabric of Agoura Hills is one of the many reasons we are proud to honor them here tonight. And what many of you may not know is that Roadside Lumber helps support our high school graduates. And I would like to read a brief testimonial from one graduate that I know personally. And he said, I started working there out of high school around 2012 or so, and everyone was always friendly, helpful, proud of what they were doing and the people they were helping. It was a fantastic place to work, and my time there and my co-workers taught me a lot about dedication, thinking from another's perspective, and customer service as a whole. I highly recommend them to anyone looking for hardware or paint. So here is a certificate from the city, and I'm going to hand the mic over. Would you like to say a few words?
So, yes. So my name is Majid. Actually, I wasn't on the official list. It's hard to follow Madeline, but we are honored. So this is my colleague, Dan. So on behalf of Dan, who's been actually with the company over 25 years. So have the existence of our company, Dan has been here and served. You know, as a local business, small business, we're very proud and honored to receive this recognition, if you will. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, council members. And we look forward to, as you said, actually, before I say that, we found out during COVID that lumber, hardware is really an essential business, you know, and it provides not only products and services during times of needs, but also hopefully during times of pleasure. So we are really honored. We're happy to be part of the community, and here's the next 50 years. Thank you.
Right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, so we are now moving on to Intergovernmental Special Purpose Committee and departmental reports. Can we get an update? Oh, the COG, that's me. So we had a discussion at last month's COG just talking about Zone 0, which we had a long discussion with at our previous City Council meeting. And I'm hoping at the next COG meeting that all the other cities will sign on to a letter asking for more considerations about Zone 0 regulations. And I actually spoke to Senator Ben Allen today. He's also on board, and there's going to be an in-person meeting on September 18th. We haven't been given the site yet, but I encourage everybody, if you can't attend, you can Zoom in and you can make comments on Zoom too. So that's Las Virgenes COG. I will defer to Councilmember Anderson for the Santa Monica Mountains Conservancy Advisory Committee update.
I've got 3 things for the update and then passing along 2 pieces of fun things from our National Park Service. So we increased the Santa Monica Mountain Conservancy revolving fund from $8 million to $12 million. This is it's basically a line of credit that they need because so many of their grants, so much of their funding comes in as reimbursement as opposed to like they're getting paid for it up front. And there have been significant cost increases and delays in some of the reimbursement, so they needed an additional amount of funding to be able to continue to do the good work they do. And we approved a donation to the Conejo Recreation Center, or the Conejo Recreation Park District, to be able to purchase, to be part of, because it's $12 million total, I believe, or maybe it was even more than that. It was more than that. So this $2 million would just be a small chunk of the funding to enable them to purchase wildlife land, which is just great. I mean, we are all about preserving the open space. And then this was not an action item, but there was a robust discussion about brush clearance. And I know that it's a robust discussion that we are having here in Agoura Hills. Of course, brush clearance, the importance of brush clearance, who's responsible for that brush clearance, who's paying for that brush clearance. So know that it is very much a conversation that is being had at the Santa Monica Mountains Conservancy, and it's also a conversation that many of us are having with residents here. I know many residents are talking to our city staff, and it's something that is very much top of mind for us, of course, because of Woolsey, and so many of us are still feeling the Palisades and the Eaton fire. So we are aware that in what is essentially a year-round fire season, it is that much more important that we make sure that we are doing everything that we can to harden our entire city. I will say just one quick story, not related, it doesn't come from the Santa Monica Mountain Conservancy, but after Woolsey, I happened to be in a room with Chief Osby, the chief of the LA County Fire Department, and I thanked him for doing such a great job. We weren't able to protect every home in Agoura Hills, but as you guys all know, we were able to protect the majority of Agoura Hills. And he said, you know what, yes, it was the firefighters on the ground, it was the preservation work that we did and the prevention work that was being done in advance that really saved Agoura Hills. So it just really highlights how important all this work is. So know that this is a very live question for us, and we are working on coming up both with short-term solutions and long-term solutions. And then the fun things. Okay, so National Park Service announced that Paramount Ranch construction is expected to be done by the end of the year. And yeah, I know. So that gives us plenty of time for the Fiddle Fest. Oh, that's right, Amy's on vacation. So it gives us plenty of time to make sure it'll be done for the Fiddle Fest. And then she was super, super proud of a seed farm that they have. So, we want to be able to plant native plants, both in our parks and on the Wildlife Bridge and all kinds of places. So they have a seed farm that has 20,000 seeds so far. Their goal is 60,000 seeds, and this will be a great treasure, both for the National Park Service and I can imagine for lots of folks who are interested in making sure we have native plants. That's my report.
Thank you very much. Are there any reports from staff? No, seeing none. Any reports from other council members? Okay, I have another report. This morning was actually quite exciting. I went to a demonstration from BurnBot, so following up on what you were saying about preparing in advance for wildfires, and they have created a robot, but it's a big, like a size of a steamroller, and what it does is it's going to scale up fuel treatments to reduce catastrophic wildfire risk while preserving our natural environment. They have combined traditional expertise with innovative technology, and they're building lasting capacity in communities to manage their wildfire risk effectively and sustainably. And so what it does is this machine, it goes along the ground and it burns a path. So it's creating fire barriers, but it only burns directly below the machine. So it is safe and a precise burn, so they'll be able to do it alongside roads, adjacent to homes and other structures or other high-value assets. And so the technology is being developed to help us. They also have another little robot, which is called a masticator, which eats the vegetation. So they did a demonstration, and it chewed up a big bush and some other low-lying limbs and things that are on, the dead limbs that have dropped to the ground. And that can go right up into the sort of area of a tree and burn away all the brush below the tree. So the idea is everything is low to the ground. So if it does ignite, it'll only go like 8 inches up, and that's all it can burn. And so it'll create that gap between the ground, what they call the ladder effect. So they have these two robots, and they're remotely controlled. And then they do have a team that comes with, they provide the service. So all we would have to do, if it was something we were interested in, and I know we're going to look into it, is you would hire their team. They would come in with their bots, and they would clear areas. So like all around a housing estate area, they could go in there and clear it. They can go up to a 60% grade on a hillside because it is a remote vehicle. So there's no danger of any humans being damaged if something tipped over or anything like that. But it was fascinating, and I think it's something that everybody needs to be looking at going forward. And Senator Pavley was there this morning, as well as Senator Ben Allen. So he came later. I left. It got quite hot by about 10 o'clock, so I withdrew. But they were going on to like 1, giving various demonstrations. But it's very exciting about what's to come to help us with our firefighting. All right, so moving on, we're now coming on to public comments. This section is reserved for persons wishing to speak on items not listed on the agenda that are under the subject matter jurisdiction of the City Council. If you have something to distribute to the City Council, please do not approach the dais. Hand your item to the City Clerk and she will distribute to us on your behalf. Public testimony is limited to 3 minutes per speaker, and a speaker's time may not be transferred to another speaker. Persons addressing the City Council shall not engage in disorderly conduct that disrupts or otherwise impedes the orderly conduct of the meeting. I will now defer to the City Clerk.
Thank you. We did not receive any written correspondence in advance of the meeting. We do have speakers this evening. Dr. Michael Koslow, followed by Jennifer Miller.
Welcome. You will have 3 minutes to speak, ending when the red light appears on the podium. Please adjust the microphone and begin your comments.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and distinguished council members. I rise as a U.S. congressional candidate in our district to address proposed bipartisan legislation I've previously presented to leadership in other city councils to state that in our cities, we are experiencing a contentious environment among Americans. In that light, I've been in contact with the office of Representative Maria Elvira Salazar, Republican from Florida, who introduced the Dignity Act of 2025, H.R. 4393. in the House of Representatives on July 15, 2025, a bipartisan effort to strengthen border security in the United States, provide undocumented individuals with an opportunity to obtain legal status and work visas if they meet strict requirements, and update aspects of the U.S. legal immigration system. Filing fees for work visas would be offset by tax credits. The bill is also sponsored by Representative Veronica Escobar, Democrat, Texas, and an additional 10 original Republican co-sponsors. This bipartisan effort comes as new polling indicates that 8 out of 10 Americans believe immigration is a good thing for the U.S. and support allowing undocumented immigrants to earn legal status if they meet certain strict requirements over a period of time. The bill is divided into the following 3 sections. 1, Border Security for America Act, Border Security and Asylum Reform, and a mandatory E-Verify. 2, Dignity and American Promise and DREAM Act. 3, Fairness for Legal Immigrants, Employment and Student Visas. I must further state that the recently introduced Registry Act by one of our state senators essentially provides amnesty for undocumented workers. As stated, the Dignity Act does not provide amnesty. The Dignity Act of 2025 is a groundbreaking bill that offers the solution to our immigration crisis, helps secure the border, stop illegal immigration, and give long-standing productive immigrants a well-deserved chance to stay and work here. No amnesty, no handouts, no citizenship. Just accountability and a path toward economic stability and a better future. And you've all been provided a copy of the executive summary, and I do thank you.
Thank you very much.
Our next speaker is Jennifer Miller, followed by David Rice.
I do appreciate you honoring.
Jennifer, pull the mic down so they.
I do appreciate you honoring Native American, Native Americans here, but it's still, I'm waiting for some kind of response to my request to make us a sanctuary city, even if just symbolically, to respect our neighbors to the south. I'm here to talk about bikes, again, not electric bikes, regular bikes. I was in the park, Forest Cove, kids on bikes coming down the steps at a high speed into the playground where children are playing. It's very dangerous. I approached the father, and I said, bikes are not allowed in the park. He said, there's no sign. I said, walk with me. And I walked him to the sign where in little tiny writing, it says, please stay off bikes in the park. I have asked multiple times for 6 months or more for more signage. Once the father saw the sign, he told his children, you can no longer ride your bikes in the park. So there needs to be signs. I don't know how much money it costs to make a sign, but maybe when a child gets killed in the playground, you will make a memorial plaque for that dead child, because someone's going to get hurt by these bikes, and I don't know what it will take for the city to take care of this. I'm asking for some simple signs in the parks that lay out the rules. Westlake Village has banned electric bikes all over the place. Whether it will hold up, I don't know, but you haven't even attempted it. Number 2, is there a city attorney here today? Is the city attorney in this chamber? Miss Lee, you might be interested in this. 4 or 5 months ago, I sent a representative of the city photographs of raised pavers in Forest Cove Park that are a tripping hazard, serious tripping hazard. Nothing was done. I fell in the park, flat on my face. I was with my dog. Luckily, I put my hands out. I have osteoporosis. You're lucky I didn't break an elbow, a shoulder, my back, let go of my dog. I tripped. So then I emailed this person who I had previously spoken to, or emailed previous photos, and said, I just tripped in the park. I did not hear a word. I did not hear, are you okay? I'm sorry that happened. We're going to address it. Let us take a look. Someone's going to get hurt, and believe me, if I fall again, I decided not to do anything because I was okay with just my hands. If I fall again in the park, I am going to file a lawsuit. It is so simple. In my lousy community where they do absolutely nothing, they're shaving down the pavers, and you can't get it together to do that. I think that the council members need to care about the safety of the homeowners at least as much as I do. Thank you.
Thank you. Can a member of staff address that? Thank you very much.
Our next speaker is David Rice.
Hello, Council. My name is David Rice. I'm the treasurer for the Foundation for the Las Virgenes Schools. And on their behalf, I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you for all the support that you have given us as a foundation board. We have the upcoming carnival, which you guys were very instrumental in helping us support the carnival, as well as helping us secure the Wisden Center and parking needed, which was very challenging this year. It's a very important fundraiser for us, taking place this weekend, so hopefully we'll see all of you with your families there. We know it'll be another successful benefit helping the LVUSD schools. And just a little bit about the foundation for those of you that aren't aware what exactly we are and what we do. We were founded in 2012, and we raise money to improve and enhance education in the Las Virgenes Unified School District. We help fill the gap between what the state provides the district and what it costs to provide a well-rounded quality education for students. The foundation has granted Las Virgenes schools well over $1 million since our starting. So thank you.
Thank you, and I wish you every success this weekend. I'm glad it's cooling a little bit.
Yes, that'll be very helpful. Thank you.
Good luck.
We have no further speaker cards.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we're now moving on to the consent calendar. This section is reserved for persons wishing to speak on items on the consent calendar. I will now defer to the city clerk.
Thank you. No written correspondence was received, and we have not received any speaker cards.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the City Council about the consent calendar? No? I will now call for a motion and a second to adopt the consent calendar. Will the maker of the motion and second state your names?
I will make the motion. Deborah Klein Lopez.
Mayor Pro Tem Wolf, I'll second.
Thank you. I'll defer to the city clerk for the roll call vote.
Councilmember Anderson?
Aye.
Councilmember Anstead?
Aye.
Councilmember Klein Lopez?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Wolf?
Aye.
Mayor Sylvester?
Aye.
Mayor Sylvester, you have approval 5-0.
Thank you. Moving on to council staff comments. Are there any comments from staff? No? Any comments from city council? Councilmember Anderson.
It's okay. Good to see you, Mayor. One of the comments I want to make is from this, actually, the article that appeared in the New York Times Magazine this last week on the Calabasas dump. I actually, as a city councilman in Agoura Hills, I was shocked. I am shocked. I mean, I feel like that the county, I was relying, just like I think a lot of other people, that the county was really looking out for the residents in the local area. And I think after reading that article and trying to get all the facts compilated, which we're still waiting for with the testing of the Calabasas dump, but the initial testing came back that there was some debris in the Calabasas dump that was harmful to residents. And so I think that the county has a lot of answering to do for when these tests come back. And because Agoura Hills borders that dump. I mean, so I'm concerned for our residents, especially those that live in the Liberty Canyon area, and especially for kids. I mean, some of this stuff. And so I think in some ways we disregarded some of the issues. At least I feel like that I personally, I'm going to just say for myself that I feel like that there could have been more scrutiny, I think, and I believe that a lot of these people that were protesting that things being put in the dump actually were very valid reasons. And the county really never gave a good explanation for why they refused to do the testing of the debris. And I think that that's something that the government should always be on the side of openness. We're always trying to be open here on the city council with any issues that come before us. And I think the county needs to be the same way with residents, both of that were affected by the fire and the residents that are being affected by the debris as well. So I thought I just wanted to bring that up today. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other council members? No. I would just like to thank our staff. I know Community Services Department isn't really here this evening, but I just want to do a big shout out to them for the whole series of concerts during this summer. The last one was last Sunday. Very successful summer, and I would like to thank them for all the hard work they've done putting that together. So, if there is nothing else? No? Yes, certainly.
Going off about the concert series, I want to say what a great job the Community Service Department did. And at the last concert in the park, there was a hot dog eating contest between Oak Park and Agoura High School. Unfortunately, this was the inaugural one. Unfortunately, Oak Park won. They had 5 football players on each side, and whoever could eat the hot dogs first won. Oak Park won, and it was leading up to the Canaan Bowl. But then Agoura won the Canaan Bowl, so that's really good news. But it's an exciting annual tradition. So I want to thank the city for working with the football team to make that happen. And that is my very important city update.
For to have the city council participate next time?
That's well, I will look into it.
I'll nominate the mayor.
Thank you. So our next regular City Council meeting is scheduled for 6 p.m. on Wednesday, September the 10th, 2025, in the Council Chambers of the Civic Center, located at 30001 Ladyface Court, Agoura Hills, California. This meeting is now adjourned.